Would you rather be a volunteer or an organizer?
I would rather be an organizer.
I would rather be an organizer too. Man, I thought you were going to say volunteer.
Nope. You thought wrong.
No, we're the same.
Yep.
Same.
Yep.
No, dear. Welcome to Second Saturday, the podcast where every Sunday feels like a Saturday.
This is episode 16 and I'm Ainsley.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're giving you a little life catch-up because if you can't tell, I'm home.
Yay!
And I actually don't know when we first started this podcast. I don't know why we recorded on two separate computers.
Oh, yeah.
When we were still in the same room.
Yes.
We didn't have all our ducks in a row.
That makes no sense.
And our ducks are now in a row.
Well, are they? I still think our ducks are scattered all about the room.
Yes.
But whatever. Like, at least we've got ducks.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm also sick again. So I apologize for any sniffles, coughs, and or tears.
Surprise, surprise. She can't mute the microphone this time, people. She can't mute it.
It's going to be difficult.
It will be tough.
It's going to be difficult.
It would. Okay. So let's get this started because we got lots to talk about. Today we're going to do a catch up with Ainsley, talk about her coming home and all that fun stuff. But first we're going to the would you rather question. So Ainsley,
yes.
You would rather be an organizer.
I know. I thought about it a little bit. I just think that if I'm organizing, then I'm more behind the scenes. And I'm not like the front line trying to be like the one everyone's coming to like, what the. I'm like, hey, the organizer did it. If I was a volunteer, but I'm the organizer. So
yeah, so you're the organizer, so everybody's coming to you.
I don't know. It just seems, I feel like it'd be difficult, but it'd be easier. It'd be less stressful if you aren't good in social situations.
See, and I would have thought for sure you would have the volunteer because you just want to, you don't want to have to like be like the main person. You just want to be like, okay, what's my task? Let me do it. Let me finish it. So I'm really surprised that you picked organizer. I really thought you'd be a volunteer.
I thought you'd be a volunteer.
Oh, listen, I have been both many, many times. Like I volunteer for enough stuff in my life and I have organized enough stuff in my life. But I've also realized that if I want something to happen, I got to organize it.
Yep.
Right?
That's true.
So I just go ahead and organize it and it's done the way that I want it and life is good. And I know it's going to be done. I know there's not going to be a lot of hiccups as long as I, am the one looking after it all and I can make sure that all the things that need to be taken care of are, I'm all about the organizing, Ainsley.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, okay. So
am I.
Are you really an organizer or are you a volunteer?
I'm a volunteer.
Yeah, she's a volunteer, everybody. There's no way you're an organizer, Ainsley. No way.
Listen, I had hopes and dreams.
There's no way. No, absolutely not. So yes. So anyways, we're throwing this question out to you guys. Which would you rather be? Would you rather be the organizer or would you rather be the volunteer? So please drop a comment in the comment section and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We do watch all the comments. So yes, organizer, volunteer, which one?
Tell us.
Do it.
Be truthful, unlike me. Accept who you really are.
You have to accept who you really are.
Yeah.
You really do, Ainsley. Yeah. And I feel like I know you well enough that I was like, organizer. Yeah. What? Whatever. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
Oh well.
We'll take it. We'll take it. So drop your comments. Let us know.
Yes.
All right, Ainsley, what's next?
Our weather report.
We didn't
do this in our last episode because it was a continuation of Never Have I Ever.
That's right.
So we haven't had a weather report for a few weeks, but yes, I'm going to give a quick little weather report of what the weather was like when I left the big smoke, the city, Toronto. It was pretty mild out. Like we're having some colder days. We were down to -14 at one point with the wind chill.
Rude. I feel like I can't see you if this is on this side. I feel like it has to go on the other side. So you keep talking and I'm going to figure this out.
What are you going on?
I don't know what's going on.
Wouldn't it make more sense if it was on the other side?
No, because when I look at you this way, because my little pom-pom, it's a hot mess. Come on. Okay. Talk about your weather report.
It was pretty, we did have a couple days of cold weather, but pretty sure right before I left, it got back to pretty mild. Like we were still in the single digits of the negatives.
Is that any better? Is it worse, people? Is it worse?
It looks good on the camera, but just from this side, it's so pointy. Oh my goodness.
So what happens when we're together?
Yes. Anyways,
okay.
It was pretty mild, but actually if you've been keeping up with the podcast, you know it's been very cold here in the up north of Manitoba.
Northern Manitoba is just ridiculous.
So I wasn't too excited to come home to the cold weather, but when I did land, it was only like -1 plus 1 out. Like it was all of a sudden the weather did a full 180 here.
It did. There was a little bit of spitting rain when I went to pick up Ainsley. And I'm like, where is this coming from in the middle to end of December? That's insane. It's just not right. She's still laughing at my hat. She doesn't know what she's got going on about my hat, but you see it, people?
I left my hat at home.
Yeah. Well, listen, you weren't prepared. I was. No. Okay. So it was right around freezing. Like it was right. Yeah. So, which is really nice. Like I'll take that break in the weather because weeks past, at least for me, it's been just nonstop, super cold. So yeah. So
it was nice. It was like oddly warm. Like, well, it was raining out at one point, which never happens in December. Like ever.
No.
And then it was pretty warm the first 2 days I was here. But then on Wednesday...
Where were we at on Wednesday, Ainsley? Where were we at on Wednesday?
It can be a cloudy, gloomy day out. And you're like, the day sucks. But it's so warm.
It's warmer out.
But then you wake up and it's bright and sunny.
You're all
that's
excited.
when the weather does a little flip. And it was -30 out when I got up on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, or was it Thursday?
Wednesday we had
it was cold, like both. But on Thursday, when I was driving to work on Thursday morning, my car read -30 when I was driving with a wind chill of -35, which is beyond super rude, like just disgusting. Disgusting. It's not conducive to being able to go out snowmobiling or ice fishing right now. It's just too cold. Heck, we could hardly take the dog for a walk. Like literally not even 5 minutes.
On Wednesday, it was like Wednesday is also the day I kind of got like my sickness really hit me and my lungs were like, we can't take it anymore. And so I didn't even go outside at all. No, I did in the evening. It was the first time I spent like the whole day inside because I was like, if I go outside, I can't breathe. And I went outside in the evening, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. So it's supposed to get warmer closer to Christmas next week. So here's hoping, fingers are crossed.
It's going to be a very mild Christmas.
I hope so that we can get out and we can do some fun stuff outside. We can, do like snowmobiling and do some...
Maybe a little bit of fishing if the ice
fishing,
is up for it.
Just getting out, going for a walk. Sometimes when it's too cold and you're housebound, it's gross.
That's how it was with indoor recess growing up.
Yeah.
That'd be rough. Like, so for my elementary school, it wasn't until I left elementary school that they decided to open up the gym for classrooms on indoor recess because we go like weeks at a time where it was only indoor recess.
Let me precursor this. So when Ainsley went to school, her school's indoor recess parameters were
-28?
-20. I think it was 28 without the wind chill. So if it was, and I think it was -30 if it had a wind chill.
Yeah.
So anything that was colder, basically than -28, they had to stay inside for the 15 minutes, and for over their lunch break, they couldn't go out. And I remember one year you were just little and it was so cold that I believe in the entire month of January, or was it? No, I think it was January. They were only allowed out 6 times in the entire month. That's how cold it was.
And we
so
have
kids go stir crazy.
We have 4 recesses. Like you have your morning if you get there. If you get there early enough, you go out, and then you have a morning recess, you have your lunch break recess, and an afternoon recess. So that was quite a few. And it'd be awful. And it was a tiny school, so you're just cramped in this little hallway. But I know that it wasn't until after I left that they implemented that each recess, a different grade got the gym to go play, which I think was a great idea.
Oh yeah,
because especially if you have weeks upon weeks of indoor recess, like those kids have to get their energy out.
Well, now I feel like right now, because we're so like we've been housebound for a few days, it kind of feels like indoor recess.
It really does.
So anyways, we're going to hopefully warming up our next podcast. We can hopefully next Sunday, we can give a weather report that, over Christmas was lovely and warm and we got to do all kinds of outdoor activities. So fingers crossed that happens. And also just a side note, because I did threaten to take away Ainsley's winter jacket for a couple of days. I didn't. I was kind. I didn't.
She was nice to me.
I was nice. She was nice. Yeah. All right.
Anyways.
Catching up with Ainsley.
A little life update, I guess.
Update.
Our last few podcasts have been a little more game-based, and things have happened. Obviously, if you haven't realized by now, we're together. Finally, second Saturday is reunited. And I feel like, I flew in on Sunday on our Never Have I Ever
Part 2
episode. I came home. I had an early morning flight, and it was the first time I've ever flown with Porter Airlines.
How'd that go?
I don't know. I mean, I have to do it again when I fly home, but I don't know if I'd ever do it again after that. It wasn't horrible, but just like the plane was very creaky. Like every time we hit turbulence, all the plastic inside, like you could just hear it. It was like
I'd be out.
It was very noisy, and like the gears for the wheels, they're like, and the floor would shake when they came out. So I was a little bit terrified. But we landed safe and sound. Here we are. It was a foggy day though when we landed. I'm quite shocked that we were even allowed to fly in.
I was too. Like I stayed overnight in Winnipeg so that I could be there first thing in the morning to pick up Ainsley. And when I got up in the morning, I thought, "Ooh, this is dicey. Like I really hope your plane comes in because it was really foggy."
Like
but that's because it was so warm.
We hit the ground. I didn't even know we were that close to the ground. Like I actually, like I was in the second seat, but I could still see out the window, and you couldn't see the ground. So when we hit the ground, I was like, I wasn't prepared. I was
You're like, whoa.
I was hanging onto the seat in front of me. But that was fine. And then we got to go visit a good family friend of ours that we haven't seen in a few years, which was quite nice.
Oh, such a good
catch up. Some quality time there.
Really good catch up.
And then we started our long journey back.
I'm gonna digress or diverse or whatever. I'm gonna go back in time.
Divert.
So when I went down to pick up Ainsley, I left on the Saturday, and because her flight came in on the Sunday morning. So I left out really early Saturday morning because it took me 7 hours to get to the city, and I wanted to do some Christmas shopping. And let me tell you. You talk about the Sunday, 2 weekends before Christmas at the mall. Holy Dinah. So I braved it. And I did go into it with an open mind thinking, if I'm just kind and smiling and patient and don't get mad at people, man, did that ever go like a long way with the customer service people? Yeah. Like they were so awesome. So anyways, I braved the malls for a few hours. I had a list of what I needed to get. And so I was just like, boom, 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 boom. And then I tried to stick around to look for some few other things. And I'm like, I'm out. Like, I can't handle this anymore. So I booked a hotel because obviously I had to stay overnight. I have not slept at this hotel before. And we all know that I have some claustrophobic issues. So it's getting nighttime. I am like totally peopled out.
Which is more heightened in elevators specifically. Like elevators is a fear plus the claustrophobia.
Yeah. It's listen, I can't, there's no air coming into an elevator in my mind. So anyways, I was a bit tired because I'd shopped all day. I had like wrestled the crowds successfully, got everything that I needed. So I get to the hotel and I'm checking in, and the hotel concierge guy, he's like, I'm going to give you three keys. And there's just me. And he's like, because you're on like the whatever top floor and you're all the way to the end of the hallway. And then I had to turn a corner, and he's like, it's a long ways to come back. So I'm going to give you 3 keys. I should have known then that I should have asked to have a ground floor room. I'm like, okay. Because if you're sending me with 3, hoping that one out of the 3 actually is going to work, not good. So that's fine. So I've got all my stuff, and I know I have to make a second trip to grab some things out of my truck to bring into the hotel room. But I thought I'll do that afterwards. I get into the elevator and I push my floor number, and the elevator door closes and nothing happens. And it's like a good 3 or 4 seconds and we're not moving. And I am in full panic mode. Oh my God. So I'm hitting the lobby button and I'm freaking out. Thank goodness nobody else was in it with me. And so the door opens and I immediately go, and I shove my arm so that if it's going to go again, it'll keep stopping on my arm. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Well, it's key carded, right? So if you want to go upstairs, you have to put your key in first and then press the button. I'm like, okay, so key number 1. I put it in there and pull it out. I hit the number. The door shuts again. Nothing. For another few seconds. And I'm panicking, but I'm thinking in my mind, like, okay, it's okay. I can press the lobby. It'll open. And I'm just pressing the lobby button and it opened. I'm like, okay, tried key number 2. Nope. Nothing. Key number 3. Nothing. No. So I'm like, I was mad. So anyways, I get out, I go back over trying to be nice. I'm like, hi, none of these keys work. And so they were really, really nice. They redid the keys, and a person did come with me to make sure that my key did work. But after that hotel and that elevator is on the no list. It's on the naughty list.
And like me. I stayed there last year, And I did the same thing. I had a little bit of internal panic because obviously you've pressed the button and the elevator's not moving. Not to the extent she had, but even I did. It took me a while to figure out that. I think I had to go ask as well, like how to use the elevator, or someone came in and showed me.
I almost, because I can't be in a crowded elevator, and I prefer to go like with just my family. So when I went to go up by myself, I thought, is this really a smart move? Because if something does happen in the elevator, do I really want to be by myself where I can't like talk myself down and like I'm freaking out? Or should I maybe have somebody in the elevator that could be like, whoa, lady, it's okay, like settle down. Or at least I can stand on their shoulders to break out through the lines.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Like, in the movies, I don't know. I needed to get out. Anyways, I did survive it. The next morning I got out of there and picked up Ainsley, and we were on our way.
Yeah. And then made the lovely 7.5 hour drive home, which turned more into almost 8 or 9 hours. We had some pretty awful weather hit us.
What did we hit?
We hit freezing rain.
Well, regular rain first.
Freezing rain. We hit some very snowy, slushy roads. Like we were going 40 at one point.
Yeah, and then when you put your brakes on, you were still going 40. Yeah, with your brakes on.
You were sliding around, and then we did hit snow.
We
had a good chunk of clear.
We did have a chunk of clear,
and then we hit fog for hours. So it was a very slow drive for us.
But whatever. Listen, we hadn't seen each other forever, so we just sat there and we talked. I
know. I was trying to sleep. And she's like, "Oh, let's listen to the podcast together." I was like, "Okay." I can only clue in about half of it. I did fall asleep for a little bit, but then she kept slamming on my leg and hitting me, and I'm trying to sleep because I'd been up since 5:45 trying to get to the airport. Cruel.
So good.
But we made it home.
We're here.
All was well. We've done some fun things since then. Yeah. If you haven't seen our little video we posted on all our socials, we put a Christmas tree or a chainsaw on the top of our Christmas tree.
Yes. My husband, several weeks ago, as I was originally decorating the tree, I couldn't find all of our Christmas decorations, and I was missing the angel and some stockings and a few other things. It was in a Rubbermaid container.
Which we have found.
Yes. But it was in the shed somewhere, and I couldn't find it at the time. And so my husband was like, maybe we should do a different tree topper. So he went online and purchased, if you've seen the video, our new tree topper.
A little toy chainsaw that I had to bring from Ontario. He got my grandparents to go pick it up. And then I had to make sure I went and visited my grandparents before I left. So I could bring said chainsaw home with me. Oh, so they probably scanned my check bag and they're like, what is in here? Like, what?
I love it.
So
and the chainsaw represents the spirit of Christmas so much.
Yeah. it's very fitting for our family as well. My dad uses a chainsaw every day for his work. So it's very fitting.
It is.
It's the same how our dog's name is Garmin, which if most of you don't know, it's like a GPS brand, which my dad uses every day. That's where he got his name from. So
Garmin.
It's very, very fitting.
At first when he talked about it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, seriously, this is what we're going to put on our tree. And then he was still away at work. So Ainsley and I'm like, come on, Ainsley, let's try and figure out how to put this on. I do like it. I really do like it. It
fits our tree so well.
It totally fits us.
It's just kind of like,
just different.
It just makes us look very unique.
So if you have a chance, go click on the video, check it out.
It's awesome.
It's quite funny. So that was us putting up the tree topper.
Yeah.
So, and listen, I've had lots of my friends be like, oh my gosh, this is totally opening my eyes up to a new realm of tree toppers. Yeah. So I'm actually, now that I've opened that can of worms, I'm really excited to see what a few of my friends, because they need to get new ones, to see what they're going to do, how creative they're going to get.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of,
we've been creative before. One time, there was another year we couldn't find our angel, so we made a tinfoil star.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Where was I? I don't remember this.
I think we were still living in Cranberry at the time. But
really?
I don't know where, but we did have a year where we didn't have the angel, so we made a tinfoil star. Because I remember we cut out a piece of cardboard and folded all the tinfoil around it.
Oh, okay. We also did one time, we had just a bare bulb lamp for our tree topper because we had an ugly Christmas tree contest many years ago with a couple other families. And so, it was the saddest looking thing. We'll talk about that another time at great lengths. That's for sure. But listen, if you have an interesting or different type of tree topper, take a photo and throw it in the comments, because we'd love to see, different other types of tree toppers that people might have, because I'm sure we can't be the only ones with something slightly unique now.
Yeah, I just have a star on mine back at school.
Well, and
I need to get something better now.
To be fair,
the
angel is now sitting on top of the china cabinet, overlooking the whole house.
She looks really good.
Yes, she's looking to represent the true spirit of Christmas, as I say. So, anyways, so that was a lot of fun. Listen, we had a lot of laughs about that silly little chainsaw.
It was so funny putting it up.
Yeah. What else have we done?
In the spirit of Christmas, we started an advent calendar. So obviously, you know, we love advent calendars. I did one leading up to my countdown to coming here, which was a friend's charm bracelet, and I put all the little charms on my keychain. Actually,
I got that for you.
Yep.
Right, so that it's the countdown to her coming home.
Yep. And then when we came home, I was able to find. If you haven't heard of the Exit Game series, it's like an escape room puzzle. So you're trapped in some made up scenario, and you find clues and do all the stuff to get out of it. And you can get an individual game that's like a little box, or they make an advent calendar every year.
It's
so Mom got us one last year. It was the first time we'd ever done it. And each day is like a new room, and they give you day one, and then you have to figure out which door to open. Like
you have to figure out the combination to know, like the whole calendar. There's no numbers written on it.
Just day one.
Just day one. And then from the clues within that box, it will point you to where the next door is to open. And it is so interesting. And it's really hard to only do one a day.
Yeah. We had a hard time. Well, the nice part too is I come home so close to Christmas that if we want to do it to Christmas, we usually do a couple a day.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough. The one we did last year was from a couple years ago because they sell out fast.
Instantly.
And I was lucky enough that a new store had opened in the mall in Oakville, and they had this year's advent calendar. So I picked that up and brought that home. So we've been doing that. We've been doing 2 a day, which that won't get us to Christmas, but even if we go after, that's fine. We just do it it's so much fun.
It's so much fun.
So we've done that for a few nights now. The first day we had a bit of difficulties on the second door. But then the last few nights we're killing
it. We're killing it.
Yeah. And we also have some of the like individual game boxes as well to do over the holidays, which is fun. And we have another advent calendar we haven't started yet. But you know a little bit about it.
Yeah. So I have another one that I bought off of Amazon. Now, we're not obviously sponsored by any of these things because
imagine if we were sponsored by
God, I'd be so excited. But these are things that we love to do. We love to play. So I bought another one off of Amazon.
Obviously, we're like puzzle people. These are all we have been puzzling as well. We've done a couple, so we just picked up some more to bring home.
We did. So I got this other one off of Amazon, and it is 24 letters around the world. So each letter you have to solve and figure it out. So we have that one to do as well. I thought, well, I'll give that one a try because that one I'd actually like if they have that yearly. I would like to create that as like a competition for like an escape room competition where like you get like teams of 4. Everybody has the same box and it's a timed event and whoever wins a prize. So we thought we would try that one too, but highly, if you ever have your chance to get your hands on the Exit Game advent calendar, it is so interesting. And each little individual room, each little like day box, it takes anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes to solve. And obviously it does.
It comes with like little riddle cards or they call them strange items, little items to use.
Yeah.
Like for example, when we had to put a rubber band around the box and play the tune of Jingle Bells. So we found out which tune actually sounded like Jingle Bells. Yeah. Like it's crazy and
so interactive.
You have to like tear, like our one last year, we had actually take the box apart. Yeah, we had one door. We had one door that you had to take the insert out, and there was another door behind it.
It was really neat.
And same with the box games as well. Sometimes you have to take the insert out. Or I did one earlier this year, and we actually had to turn the lights off because the little decoder disc had glow-in-the-dark spots on it that you couldn't see.
Ever cool.
It's crazy.
The amount of effort that whoever is the company that puts into these games, totally worth it.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. If you ever have a chance, the Exit Game, Advent Calendar, or any of their games are really, really cool. So that's something we're working on right now too. It is. We're addicted to it. It's hard, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What else are we doing?
We emptied out our liquor cabinet. And
first of all, we didn't drink it all. We didn't we didn't like lush it out. We emptied it.
I wouldn't put it past us, but we like went through it.
We went through it
and threw out stuff that was like really old and wasn't being drank anymore, and figured out what we needed for the holiday season, the holiday spirit.
Because we won't be in spirit.
Yeah, and then we went and restocked. Yes, and had quite a hefty bill from the grocery store.
But listen, we're ready for friends and family to stop by. We have everything that you could ever imagine to try and make. So we're ready for the Christmas season. So let's bring it.
Here's a question for you guys. What's your like favorite holiday drink? Like, because we have a couple like paralyzers.
A Christmas paralyzer
is with
peppermint vodka or peppermint schnapps too, I think works as well.
Does vodka go into paralyzer?
Yeah, it normally does, but I think peppermint schnapps also works, and eggnog.
So that's kind of like our Christmas.
Yeah.
Our Christmas beverage.
Yeah.
Or you can't go wrong with like the different flavored Baileys and stuff like that as a thing. But what's
because our cupboard is stocked.
Oh yeah.
So if you would love to leave us a little recipe,
drink, even if it's not holiday themed, but if you have a fun drink recipe, because like I like to drink a Water Hazard, which is a golf course drink. Yeah. So if you have anything fun to try, tell us.
Let us know. Share the fun.
We'll try them out and let you know how it tastes.
Ooh.
A little rating.
Yes, we will. We also were not prepared today because Ainsley still has to do the hot sauce, and we did not get prepared. So
I was thinking about that. I think I'm kind of glad we're not doing it today because I am a little bit under the weather. My lungs are already having a hard time.
I was just saying, it'll clear out your lungs. It'll clear out your nostrils. Oh, but so we will do that. Mark our words. And even if
at least while I'm home.
Yeah, and at the very least, we'll videotape it and then we'll air it on one of ours. But we're going to try and do it probably next one. Next one. We'll try and do it so that viewers can share on that. So yeah, so that's a little bit about what's been going on in our lives.
Yeah,
we have an up and coming event that we're going to attend.
Yeah, dinner, fancy. This is more your specialty.
This is me. Yes.
This is.
So last year, one of the specialty bistros in another town away from here, they had a Harry Potter themed supper. So I went with my girlfriends. We like totally Harry Pottered it out from like head to toe, and every food was themed, and the whole bistro was done to the nines. It was awesome. We had a lot of fun about that. So I messaged them a while back and asked if they were doing any other themed dinners, and they actually were doing a Lord of the Rings one, but I wasn't able to attend, and I ended up going to see the play Clue instead, which I think I referenced back several videos before. But anyway, since then they're having another one coming up in a few days that we're going to attend, and it is the Yule Ball. So if anybody knows Harry Potter, book 4, Goblet of Fire, they have the Yule Balls.
It's like a big fancy. Well, it's a big tournament. The whole movie is a tournament, so it's like a big dinner for all of the
other schools that come
and stuff like that.
And
it's very fancy.
Yeah, so we're going to go to that. It's at the same restaurant, and one of the people in our party, they're actually going to bring us some Harry Potter trivia, so we can play that while we're at the dinner, and we're going to do another themed dinner. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be really, really fun. Can't wait.
I'm excited for it too. Like I'm not the big Harry Potter guru you and this other person are, but I still enjoy a good time.
Well, she has to be Harry Potter by default.
And Grandma's going, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Gma's coming. Woohoo! We love Gma. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, there's 4 of us that are going to go, and we're going to have a great time. And so hopefully we'll have a fun report on that and let you know what all we were up to that night too. I'm not really sure. Like it's supposed to dress up, but I think I might have to have some Harry Potter paraphernalia of some sort. I might bring wands for everybody because I'm pretty sure I have enough wands for everybody. And then the other thing we're doing obviously is puzzling. This is Ainsley and I's new favorite obsession. We are puzzlers, so like why not in the evenings?
The local library has puzzles.
Yeah, that you can just pick out for free and use
them out and bring them back. So we did a couple already, and now we're doing a couple more. But I have another thing that we've done. We went curling together.
Oh, we went curling. Yes, league curling the other night.
Yes, so Mom has a curling team that she league curls with, and they needed a spare. So I agreed to go, which I think I forgot how much endurance you need for curling. And
you need a lot of wind.
My lung capacity right now is not okay. And so I was about at the second end. I actually thought I was gonna have to quit at one point. Like I was like, I just don't know how much more of this I can do. I was taking my puffer. I was like, huffing and puffing.
Oh my goodness!
But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun, and we won.
Winners.
Yes. Winners wear the crown, losers wear the frown. So we're batting about 500 right now. My team, I think won 3, lost 3. But man, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we got the big W this week, which was quite
it was
exciting.
Because of me, honestly.
Ainsley was sucking wind hard.
Yeah,
I actually at one point told her to put her arms up high so she could get like more.
Yeah, I was having a really hard time breathing. The lungs, I'm telling you.
Just trying to get used to it. Hasn't done it in a long time.
It doesn't help that I was sick as well. But
no, so it was fun.
It was definitely a workout I didn't really know I was signing up for.
After like the second end, and we only played 6. Our little league,
Typically you play what, 8 or 10?
No, well, a typical league game is 8, but our curling league we only do 6 because we start later on at night. So we only play 6 end games, and so after at the end 2, Ainsley's just sucking wind. I'm like, you better buck up, my friend, because we got 4 more ends to go, and there's no mercy here. No. Like, come on, if you got to sweep, you got to sweep.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah. So anyways, that's about what we've been doing. I think we pretty much have you caught up to everything that's been going on in our lives.
We'll keep you updated over the next few weeks, obviously.
Yep.
And we're going to be together like this for the next few weeks, which is very exciting.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have my girl back.
Yeah.
Shout out to any of the other parents who have their kids back from college or university for the holidays. There is no better feeling. I could hardly sleep the night before I picked up Ainsley. I was so excited. You know what? Having your adult kids home is it's a whole different thing. And it's so awesome now. So I was very happy.
Because you get to go liquor shopping together.
Giving away all our secrets. But it really is. It's just the coolest thing ever to have your adult kids back and spend some time with them. So we're maxing it out, like literally like every moment of the day. If I get up early, I'm going to go and jump on Ainsley's bed and I'm going to steamroller.
And I've gone to work with you a few days.
Yeah. Which has been kind of nice.
I have nothing to do there, but I go.
Yeah. Well, she helps
I figure different things out.
Yep. You got things to
Better
do.
than just sitting at home.
Absolutely.
So.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to wrap this up. Yeah. So thank you again for watching yet another Second Saturday.
Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Yes.
So we're here every Sunday.
Every Sunday. We're not even taking a break over the Christmas season, people.
We are powering through.
Okay, because I have my fair share of people that I subscribe to and watch. And generally, and I get it, people take the holidays off. But I'm like, no, because then I get bummed out because I'm like, well, that's the perfect time to watch. Yep. Because I got nothing else to do. I can just binge watch my favorites subscription or subscribers. Or people I subscribe to. So I was like, you know what, Ainsley, let's just keep going through the holiday season.
I think we're going to start posting a few more videos a day, like our little shorts.
Look at that.
Bump that up a little bit. I think I'm
tech person.
I think I'm prepped enough for that. So
I love it.
Hoping. I make no promises though, because the first time I promised the shorts, it took me like a month to get that going.
Well, she's got some time on her hands now that she's in between semesters. So she can, I'm just going to put her to work.
Podcast only.
Yeah.
Focus. Got the blinders on.
Focus.
I'm like a racehorse.
A racehorse or a little trot pony?
Well, maybe I'm a miniature horse.
Oh my God. Yeah. Listen, it's
maybe I'm a donkey.
Trigger words. Ainsley and I were just the other night, we were talking about, okay, so we're not done yet, apparently. Yeah. We were talking about trigger words because
there is quite a few things you can say and it'll trigger something to come out of her mouth. Especially like, obviously you can tell we do, without knowing, we repeat the same things. Like our to be fair, we say that quite a bit. And there's been a few other things that you've probably noticed we repeat. But what did I say the other day?
Caca.
Oh, yeah. I called her up to my bedroom by going, caca. And just came running up the stairs.
I literally was on the couch in the living room with my husband and I heard it and I just bolted up and went running.
Back.
Caca.
There was something else though. I think it was like a reference to Coronation Street or something.
That one usually gets me. Oh, no, Faulty Towers. So my husband and I, when we were first married, used to watch Faulty Towers all the time. And there is one episode where Basil and what is her name? Anyways, she's on the phone to her friend and she's like, I know. I know.
And so I went to go say, oh, I know. And then I kind of said it with a little, I was like, oh, and right away she's like, I know. And like that same voice. And then, another thing, because we were on the phone with my girlfriend. And so if you like gag, it makes her like actually want to be sick. And she wasn't feeling very great. And I purposely said the word yak because I knew it would trigger her to dry heave to like on purpose.
Poor kid.
I know.
Poor kid.
This poor girl. I'm really. Oh. But yeah, we've renamed them as trigger words now.
They're trigger words. That's how I roll.
Something you say that triggers her to just say it right away.
Right? Doesn't matter. So donkey.
I actually have a video of me in my bed. I'm like in my bedroom recording myself, and she's in the kitchen, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden you hear, like from unprompted.
That's how I roll.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's pretty awesome.
All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much again for tuning in to Second Saturday.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yes.
Christmas falls in between our episodes.
That's right. Christmas. Yes. So have a great Christmas. And we'll see you just before New Year's, I guess. Hey?
Yeah,
a few days before New Year's.
How our Christmas went next week. Ooh, that's fun.
Hopefully all of our parcels came. The strike has ended. The post strike has ended. So now we'll see if we can now get some parcels in and everybody can, I'm not just giving out soda crackers, sleeves of soda crackers. You get one and you get one.
I can't even eat those. Right. Give me some gluten-free ones.
I'll get some gluten-free soda crackers for Ainsley.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Thanks
for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Doodle.